Hey everybody, so I have some lessons that I've learned along the way doing 5-2 that seem to be working for me, so I thought I'd go ahead and post them. Alright, I'm just going to get right to it. It's lesson number 1, don't drink your calories on a fast day. I know that you shouldn't drink your calories anyway, but it's especially not a good idea on a fast day. So, for example, for me, when I drink coffee, which isn't too often, but when I do, I have to have soy milk in it. I don't have to have sugar in it, but I have to have soy milk in it. That's just the way I roll. And so I learned very quickly, don't have coffee. I can't have coffee on a fast day because that means that I have to put soy milk in it and it's just a waste of calories for me. So know that. And then lesson number 2, don't do weights on a fast day. All right, everybody's going to freak out when they hear me say that. I'm not trying to say that don't do weights fasted. I'm not trying to say that. What I do is I have my 500 calorie a day, my fast day, and then I extend that fast into the next day. And the next day I actually do weights fasted. And it's really great. I like doing it that way. I love lifting that way. And then I break my fast afterwards and I'm fine. I'm totally fine to extend the fast, by the way. Once I get over that first hump of hunger pangs, I'm good to go. So I recommend that you do that. Lesson number 3, mushroom broth. Oh, this helps so much. Mushroom broth is 5 calories for a cup. That's it. Really helpful. It's just if you need something like comforting, you just heat up a cup of mushroom broth, sip it. Now, I know I just said don't drink your calories, and mushroom broth is basically like drinking, but I feel like how you would eat broth hopefully would be slower. It's not like you're guzzling a bunch of mushroom broth, but you could if you wanted to. Anyway, that's just like a helpful little thing if you need something that feels like a meal but isn't. All right, let's see. Lesson number 4, it's easier on a fast day if you eat really bulky, low-calorie, nutrient-dense items. So I call this eating Furman. This is based on Dr. Joel Fuhrman's book, Eat to Live. That is a life changer, by the way. I highly recommend that book. And then I recommend that after you read that book, you read his other book, Eat for Health. So, so good. Anyway, but eating Furman basically boils down to this. Salads. Salads are really important. They're super good for you. They're really, really bulky. You can eat a ton of salad without getting to 500 calories. What I like to do is I will take a full head of lettuce. I don't do iceberg because there's like hardly anything in there except for water. I'll do like butter leaf, or I'll put some kale in there or whatever. And I'll eat that entire head of lettuce and throw whatever veggies. Understand that for salad, there are a couple things that are going to increase the calories real quick. And that's nuts, of course, and then beans also do that. Beans are really good for you, so I'll sprinkle just a few on there. But I make my own dressing. I don't put olive oil all over my salad. I don't. I make my own dressing. I blend maybe a few cashews and a couple of walnuts. So I understand that's going to be calorically dense, but a little bit of fat is going to help you absorb those nutrients. So I go ahead and I do that. I just weigh out my calories, so that's fine. And then basically I have this huge, huge, huge giant salad that I can eat, and I don't feel like I'm depriving myself at all. Usually I can eat half my salad for lunch, and then I finish the rest of it for dinner or whatever it is I'm going to do. So if you eat these big, bulky items, it's going to really not feel like you're depriving yourself at all on a fast day on the 5-2 diet. And then my final lesson, lesson number 5, is this isn't like a hack or anything. It's just a lesson of how I end up feeling. And so even if I'm struggling on a fast day and thinking, oh my God, why am I doing this? I just push through, because the next morning I always end up feeling so, 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 so good. So anyway, those are the 5 lessons that I've learned along the way. If I learned any more lessons along the way, I will share them. I also wanted to say something. I wanted to put my lessons up front first so that way you're not wading through a whole bunch of talk before somebody finally gets to the point, which is really what a lot of YouTubers do, and it drives me crazy. So if I'm going to talk to you about something, I'm going to do it after the point. And that is that I've noticed that a lot of YouTubers, if they learn anything or they have any like secrets, and they'll only share with you if you buy their ebook. And usually their ebook fucking sucks, and it's just terribly written, and there are a lot of grammar errors, and it's just awful. It's like a 3rd grader wrote this freaking ebook. And it's like, okay, I finally learned like all of these secrets, and now I put it on my ebook. And they're usually terrible. It's like, well, you want to do, 25% this and then 35% that. And like, I'm not going to calculate percentage. I just cannot live my life that way. That is so impractical. It's ridiculous. So anyway, if I end up learning stuff, no matter what, I'm just going to post them. I'm not going to charge you for them. I'm just going to do it because that's the way it should be. So please consider liking my video, and please consider subscribing so that I can build this from essentially ground zero. That would be really great. All right, y'all. Take care. Ciao.